Welcome back to Bill's Gamers Outpost, and we're taking another look at main sequence. It has updated to 1.31. The first video was 0.29. We're going to try and correct a couple of misunderstandings from the first, primarily why the research wasn't working. Um, I'm going to have to make a wild guess that the reactor I built, isn't going to work until it has fuel. So let's go ahead and go back to the working workbench, and let's make some fuel. Plates. Okay, something tells me that that's going automatically to the reactor over here. Yeah. So let's turn off auto insert for a moment. Okay. It's interesting that the auto insert puts it in the reactor on the ship instead of on the station, but two reactors, I'm thinking in terms of like stationeers or space engineers, separate grids, so why would it bother? Okay, so we have some fuel. Let's try putting it. Okay, so it is capable of producing now. And research item list. Hull plates. Let's feed it some hull plates. Okay. Let's see what this gets us here. Okay, it is generating material science. And the progress bar is now moving forward. Looks like it's still going to do the shipyard part first, but see how the power's doing. It's consuming it fairly rapidly. Okay, refinery. Hydrogen fuel. that has done about half of what I needed for the shipyard, I guess. Okay, so let's go get more materials. Looks like I'm going to end up having to go mine more materials like really soon. I don't blame the game for this, but I started off on the wrong foot as far as trying to get the research working. Being a playtest, my recommendation would be to have just a little bit more hand holding in the very early portion of the game. They like to say that engineering is 3%, 5% designing something, and like 95, 98% idiot proofing it. Trust me, if there's a way to do something wrong, I will find it. Not necessarily intentionally, of course, but it will happen. Okay, so we got power, we got science running. Really needed the logistics first. That's on me. Okay, you've run out of materials. You still got power. At least it shuts off when it's not being used for anything. So that's a good thing. So I guess the next step is going to be undocking, getting more materials. Okay. Can I spin around and see my own station? I mean, it would be good to be able to recognize it when I come back, right? Okay, so let's look for some titanium. There's my little carrot pointing me this way. these little ones here. Actually, I'd actually like a bigger one. Excuse me. I actually would prefer a bigger one right now. Kind of like a bigger one to shoot at. I probably should go ahead and find some more water for power. Okay, a little bit too much range there. There's that bump mechanic again. How hard it is to find my way back to my base. Map. Station. Okay, can I set a marker? Add a HUD marker. Thank you. Hey, what do you know? I am going to be able to make my way back home. The controls are deceptively simple. They take a little bit of getting used to, but they're intuitive. So that's a good thing. I mean, the game looks like it's really nice and easy to play, and it definitely shows a fair amount of promise. Unless it's truly outrageously priced, which, I mean, it could be priced however, but unless it's outrageously priced, this game will probably end up getting some playtime. Okay, there's a big water ice cube. Yeah, I like that. go ahead and get back to the base, which is what I was doing anyway. But power for the science, power for the refinery. Now, is it going to just offer to let me dock here as soon as I get close, or F to dock? Awesome. Okay. H to get out of the seat. Reactor. It should. How is the reactor doing? It still has plenty of fuel for right now. Can I get to the ship's inventory from here? No. Okay. Okay, so let's start off with... Okay, so it looks like it's putting things in 50 chunks. That's very familiar from games like Stationeers. Let's go ahead and start off with titanium. Okay, so playing with the inventory over here means nothing. It's over here that I have to choose what I want. And I still wish there was a way to drag and drop the priority on what's being done. That'd just be a quality of life to me, I think. Okay, hull plates. Get that moving. And then once I go back to the regular part of the station, I'll queue up a lot of stuff that I don't have to babysit. Okay, so we will go ahead and just queue the hell out of refining so that it can have all the fun in the world at once while I'm figuring out this. So let's feed this some more hull plates. Let's feed this some more fuel. Take a look at the research tree again. Logistics is going to be on the pit parade. Okay, that little sound I think basically told me that the ship making or the shipyard completed. This requires silica. I do like that it's coding things in red that you can't do yet. Gray, basically, you don't have it. Red, you can't have it. And encircled is currently being researched. That's a nice, informative little graphic. I like that. So let's go ahead and add silica refining to the queue. Let's go back and check on my refining back here. Make more hull plates. We'll just leave the fuel where it is for right now. I'm sure we're going to get into that. Getting a little low on fuel there in the reactor. Sure goes quick, doesn't it? And I didn't pick up any more hull plates. Okay, so this is kind of the game loop right now. Gather resources, refine it, make items, feed it into machines in exchange for research. I'm pretty sure that's going to also turn into using resources for building stuff. But it looks like we finally have research happening. And without the logistics, I'm fairly sure that I'm still severely limited right now. Go ahead and take the fuel. Take the hull plates. Go feed the science machine. %69 on that. Mining drones looks like fun. Enrichment chamber. Servo motor. Advanced plates. Expecting a little noise here in just a second for when logistics finishes. Just making sure that that sound was actually the notification. Okay, we are Out of power, maybe? Yep. It'd be a little nice if there was a notification, a sound warning or something about that. I mean, I see the chaser lights on this, so there we go. So, we now have basic crafting. We're working on silica refining. I kind of think I want the mining drones very soon. So, let's check on refinery. It seems to be doing all kinds of good things. And now seems like a good time to go get more goodies. And I'm fairly sure that the early excuse me, the early game loop is a little bit on the grindy side, maybe. Oh, I am being shot at. I wasn't expecting that, although definitely. Okay. That was a fun little unexpected surprise, but not unwelcome. Well, it was a surprise. So, red being the universal warning sign or bad. I see that my hull is down. My hull strength is down to 53 of 70. That's always good. That's probably enough water for right now. Okay, titanium. These are all relatively small, but okay. This one's closer. What's this? Probably nickel. Nickel it is. That's titanium. Okay. Okay, so is my... Yep, it's still there. Good. So the map marker that I put on the HUD for the station is persistent. That is lovely. There's nothing worse in a survival type of game when you literally can't find your way back to your base. I mean, in some cases, it's part of the survival game itself, you know, finding ways to find landmarks, finding, you know, crafting maps, crafting whatever. But in the vastness of space, shall we say, I'm kind of happy that it just gives you an absolutely awesome map. But also that you can make markers on the map. Almost willing to forgive the fact that they didn't hold my hand quite as much as I wanted to with the figuring out how to handle putting items into science and so forth for making the research work. Okay, docking is easy enough. That's a happy thing. And we will make 15 of those and just do the rest of this. Now, can I queue up? Yes, I can. You learn slowly, but at least you learn. Okay, so let's... No, I'm not OCD. I'm just trying to make sure what I have. Okay, that's better. Now, can I add to an existing queue, or is it going to create a new one? Okay, it adds to an existing one. Okay, titanium. As long as it's the most recent thing added to the queue, it looks like it adds to the queue, not adds a new item. So I guess if you wanted to try and segment your time on machine, you would create an individual single dummy marker to separate different segments. That way, if you wanted to come in and say, no, I don't want more power, I don't want more fuel right now, get that out of here so I can go back to this, without canceling that you still have more going on. Okay, so let's go ahead and head back. Let's go ahead and take care of more of the science first. Feed the reactor. Okay, Station modification. Use the circular design console in the command module to modify the station. Required materials, yeah. Okay. Now then, what do I want to do now that I'm here? Shipyards, shipyard core. Ooh, spiffy. Rotate. Looks like it ought to snap right there. And it's of course complaining that I don't have the building materials. It requires 10 hull plates and 10 lightweight frames. And apparently it is going to insist on me having the materials when I place it. I actually would have rather placed it then it would have got the materials. Okay. So 10 hull and 10 lightweight frames. Fine. Note to developer, let us plan things and then go get the materials. Lightweight frames, we need 10 of those. We need hull plates. Okay, this is where, pun not intended, it starts becoming a game. You have to start thinking a little bit more logically about what you need, when you need it, how to get it. Not complaining in the slightest. Okay, so we need... Okay, silica is done. It's now working on the mining drones. I hope it's not running low on power yet. It is. Okay. Can I split this? Apparently not. Okay, so halt the world and get some more hydrogen put together. Or I should say my world halted. Let's get some more hydrogen. Okay. Okay, feed you. I really need to know how to split this, don't I? Okay, so shipyard core. Put that right on. Missing building materials. I have 10 hull plates and 10 lightweight frames. Right? Okay. Does it have to be in the station inventory? Not the player inventory? Probably. It probably literally said that too, didn't it? Okay. Yep. Has to be in the station inventory. Makes sense. So we will okay. So, do I have a new section that I have promptly blocked with these machines? I don't know whether I should be concerned about that or not. But we are science. See how the refining is going. Let's see, codex. Okay, have I forgotten how to split stacks? Did I ever know how to split stacks? These are the questions. That requires more than 2 at a time. So let's go grab a stack from here. Hell, let's grab 2 stacks. There we go. So now we're generating hydrogen fuel here on station. Okay. That means I can somewhat safely stop making most of the hydrogen here. Okay, so okay. Okay, out of power again? You bet. Okay, so mining drones looks like fun, but I'm still not 100% sure that I got this new module added correctly. Or more accurately, added it in such a manner that I can actually get to the door. Because I've got the reactor and the machines against this. So, if I can't just pick it up. And we will shipyard core, rotate it. Okay, that seems to have worked a little bit better. Docking collar, small reactor, workstation. Okay, all looks fun. Construct a new ship. This looks like just a regular dock. Okay, so far so good. Okay, that means don't block doorways. I kind of figured that would be a problem, but, well, what you gonna do? So, silica wafers, reinforced glass. I don't like that the mouse pointer is covering part of my text here. Still got plenty of fuel there. I need materials. Titanium plates. Okay. Feed the science monster one more time. Did I get logistics yet? Yes, I did. Conveyor belt, underground Mark one belt, and a splitter. Okay. Don't tell me we're out of power again. No. We're just out of hull plates. Because of course we are. Okay, so if we go get some raw material here, nickel, just one titanium, that doesn't help anybody. So basically means that I'm out of the materials I went and got. There's my mining drones. Okay, so we'll go over here, I'm going to presume. Or not. Add new modules to ship. Build a habitat. Build a plasma cannon. Okay. Three frames, 5 magnetic, habitat, 5 hull plates. Okay. Well, that's where we're at for right now. Game is definitely looking good. I'm pleased. Until I get conveyor belts and whatnot type of stuff set up, it's a little trying. But it looks very interesting. So that's going to be it for this episode. This was the play test for main sequence. I'm going to probably play around with it just a little bit more outside of the recording and try and learn what I probably should have seen, obviously. But so far, it's looking really nice. I mean, a couple of quality of life things here and there. Some things that aren't super obvious, at least to me. I play enough different games that you would think things would be obvious, but you get the muscle and mental memory for how things work in different games, and it doesn't click just as easily as you would want. But anyway, like I said, that's going to be it for main sequence for right now. There will probably be more as long as the playtest is still going on. And looking forward to this game coming out soon. Till then, be safe.